Hello and welcome back to Cooking for Two 101. I'm Christy, that's John. Today we're making tortilla chicken soup. Well, creamy tortilla chicken soup because it's really spicy and that cream really makes it, I don't know, digestible for people my age. Anyway, we're going to start. We have our Instant Pot on high saute. We have a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in there, and my Instant Pot just said it's hot. So I'm going to add half of a diced up onion. Oh yay, Instant Pot is hot. I'm going to toss it about a bit. I'm going to add one peeled and diced carrot and one diced celery stick. These aren't the stars of the show. They're just the base of the flavor. They're very important though, so don't skip this part. We're going to let this cook for about 3 minutes until the vegetables start to soften, and then we'll be back. Okay, so our onions and carrots and celery are softening, and you can actually smell the celery, which is delightful, quite frankly. Next, what we're going to do is bloom the spices. I have a tablespoon of paprika, cumin, and coriander. I have about a half a tablespoon of dry oregano and a half of a tablespoon of chili powder. And I'm going to dump all of these in and stir it around really quick. And the moisture from the vegetables and the oil and the heat from the pot are going to bloom these spices, and you're really going to start to smell them. That's what brings them alive. It makes them wake up. Next, what I'm going to do is add 1/2 of a diced chili. No seeds, no ribs, that would be too spicy. And 3 garlic cloves that I'm going to crush really quick. And you want to do this part fast because you don't want your spices to bloom and you don't want your garlic, or burn, sorry, and you don't want your garlic to burn either. As soon as you can start smelling the garlic, we're going to pour in our box of chicken stock and deglaze the pan. Oh, here we go. Party's on. So this is 32 ounces of chicken stock. If you have, your own homemade, you use that. And now I'm just going to stir it around and make sure there's nothing stuck on the bottom, because that will create a burn notice and nobody wants that. We're going to bring this up to a slight boil and then we'll be back. Okay, we've come up to a boil. Just a low boil, no big deal. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of tomato paste. I'm going to put it right in the center, and I'm going to use my whisk to incorporate it into the chicken stock. It's just going to take a second because this soup's really hot right now. There we go. We're going to add a 4-ounce can of fire roasted green chilies. If you can find the Hatch green chilies, those are pretty amazing. If you have lots of time on your hand and you want to roast your own, yum. I'm also going to add 1 10-ounce can of mixed tomatoes and diced green chilies from Rotel. It has some really delicious spices in there, so if you can find that one, use that one. I'm also going to add 1 14-ounce can of Mexican recipe stewed tomatoes. It has oregano and Mexican seasoning is what it says, but it really adds a lot of flavor. We're going to stir that around a little bit, and then we're going to add in 4 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can use defrosted ones if you want to. It just takes 10 minutes instead of 14 minutes. We're going to pop those right in there. See you later. We're going to put the lid on, and we're going to cook it, like I said, for 12 to 14 minutes. We'll be back when it's done. Okay. So we did a quick release. We're going to take the lid off now and remove the chicken thighs. We're going to let them cool a little bit, and while they're doing that, no, bad setup, sorry, my bad. Anyway, oh God, that smells amazing. Yum. These do need to cool down a little bit before we shred them up because they're too hard to handle. But while that's happening, we're going to leave the Instant Pot on keep warm, which happens automatically when you're done pressure cooking. And while we do this, we're going to heat up a cup of frozen corn. If you have fresh corn, use that, but we don't have that. And we're also going to add in a half a cup of cream. The cream is going to cut down on the acidity of the soup and also on the spiciness if that jalapeno we put in is too spicy. All right, I'm going to stir this up a little bit. I'm going to let this chicken cool down and shred it up, and we'll be right back. Okay, our chicken is all shredded up, and I did taste it. It needed some salt and pepper, so I added that, and now I'm going to taste the stock because I haven't really added a lot of salt and pepper right now before this because I used salted chicken broth and all the other things have salt in them. Oh, it's delicious, but it does need some salt and pepper. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Like I said, just taste it. It's up to you. Don't trust me. You and I have different salt and pepper tastes. All right. Now I'm going to add a whole lime that has been juiced. And I'm going to put all of this delicious chicken back in the pot. And give it a quick stir. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to prepare the tortilla strips, which make chicken tortilla soup amazing. So I have here just 2 burrito size flour tortillas. You can certainly use the bigger ones. Don't say, oh, I can't make it because of that. Just use 4 or 5. And you just want to cut them into strips. You can make skinny strips if you want, but I like the big fat strips because they don't get soggy in your soup. And there we go, just like that. I have in my pan here so about 1/4 cup of canola oil. It's coming up to heat. But just real quick back to this. These super long ones, I'm going to cut them in half. There we go. Okay, and you know when this is done, it starts to sort of get wavy, and if you put a wooden spoon in it, it will sizzle around the edges like that. That's how you know your oil is hot enough. And then we're going to do this in a couple of batches. You don't want to overcrowd the pan, and be careful when you're putting this in because it could splatter on you, and that's no fun. Because my pan is nonstick, I'm going to use tongs. If you're just using a cast iron or something that can do metal, then you could use a spider and scoop it out and take care of it that way. But because we're going to use these little tongs. Look, and they're instantly becoming crispy. This is going to take probably 3 minutes. You want to flip them about quite a bit. You want them to be a nice golden brown, and actually maybe a little past golden. We've sort of discovered that if the darker ones stay crispier. All right, we'll be back to show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, when the tortilla strips were done, I put them on a paper towel lined plate and I did salt them. And this is sort of the color you're looking for. I know this looks burnt, but that deep, dark flavor is actually very tasty in this bowl of soup. There are lots of condiments that you can put on this soup. You can use them all or you can use none of them, whatever suits you. I'm going to ladle us up a bowl. Oh my goodness, this looks so delicious. Yum. All right, there we go. I'm going to start with a little dollop of sour cream right there in the middle. A sprinkle of shredded cheddar. If you have Mexican cheese like Oaxaca, yum. I have some, this is parsley, but if you had cilantro, that would be delicious. I have some fresh scallions, a squeeze of lime, yum. And then some diced avocados, delicious, a little extra creaminess. And then our beautiful tortillas that we fried up, yum. And there we have it. Chicken tortilla soup. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Can't wait to try it. All right, here we go. Oh my God, I gotta bite this. So the fresh lime at the end is key. Its tanginess really brings out all the spices that we put in there. The broth is really rich and deep. It tastes like you cooked it all day, which we didn't. The avocado definitely adds creaminess, so if you can, please add that part. Also, I want to say you can make this without an Instant Pot. You can do it in your Dutch oven. You just cook the chicken about 10 minutes longer and shred it and put it all back in and do all the same stuff. Okay, thanks for watching Cooking for Two 101. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll see you soon.